Meghan is a trained actress. What she does is that she studies people. She's not a good actress, but she is a trained one, right? She's been doing it her entire life. And there is no doubt that she studied Princess Diana. She studied her mannerisms towards Harry when he was a boy and the way that she grabs her face. And this is the psychopathic elements of what she does, putting a pregnancy text next to Princess Diana's hair, saying that she put her hands on the grave to have a conversation with her, bursting into tears. And she has convinced, there's a thing called in psychology called the Freudian transfer. She has convinced Harry that she is Princess Diana, except this time he has an opportunity to save her. That is the truth. And it's worked, right? So she's done this convincing performance for Harry that I don't know how I ended here. I just love you. And I'm just like your mom. And the one chance that you had to save your mom again, when he recounts that tale and the things that she said, she threatened homicide on her unborn child and suicide on herself. And then she convinced Harry that it was his idea to leave the UK.
Uncle, make it end. Make it end. What is this? Guys, I feel like I'm a very accepting person. Truly, I want to like something about her. I'm searching for something to like about her. And it's so hard because she suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen this sort of. I've never seen someone that struggles to just give us like one strip of authenticity.
When Meghan and Harry were still in the royal family and living at Frogmore, I wrote an open statement on Twitter, which you can go back and look, that she was going to end up back in the United States and in Los Angeles because I just saw her coming. She's a D-list actress and all she's ever wanted to do was be invited to A-list events. And she's been a social climber from the beginning. She married somebody the first time to socially climb. And for her, Harry was just an entry ticket into all of those circles. Unfortunately, she found someone. She's not very intelligent. She's not very talented. Nobody in America was watching Suits. She was an actress that was living in Canada. And fortunately for her, and credit to her, she found someone that is dumber than her. And that's the truth, is that Harry's just not a very smart person.
But by the way, her and Prince Harry, who always seem to snap into these weird royal roles, meaning they just go and visit the victims, like exactly what you would expect royals to do or politicians to do. They do this, and they are doing this right now in Southern California. And I just wanted to show you this really hilarious clip of a mayor of Pasadena describing how Harry and Meghan are here, and the reporter describing how hard Harry and Meghan, particularly Meghan, is working. Take a listen. Here's what she's doing.
It looked as if, the two of them might want to really be helpful. As I saw actually Meghan Markle like stoop down and take off the lid of a plastic bin. Do they want to really get down and dirty?
She stooped down and she picked up the lid of a plastic bin. And that's how I knew my girl was real. And I just want to thank Meghan for doing that. It's very helpful for her to stoop down and do that. If there's any plastic bins you guys see around that need picking up, you can hit up your girl, Meghan Markle. It's amazing. I really got just such a chuckle out of that description. It's just such a nonsense. Nobody cares. Send money, send food. Is about what these people need. They need donations, they need a place to live, they need hotels. That's not to say they aren't doing that. I'm sure perhaps they are in the background, but I don't understand this visit.
Candace Owens has had enough. In a fiery segment on her show, she ripped into Meghan Markle, calling her the most calculated actress in modern royalty. Owens didn't mince words. She's not a real princess, she declared. She's a brand built on victimhood, not royalty. The comments lit up the internet, and once again, Meghan found herself under fire from someone who wasn't afraid to call out her contradictions. Candace pointed out how Meghan left the royal family while still using the Duchess title to promote Netflix specials, books, and podcasts. She mocked Meghan's claims of wanting privacy, saying, "If you really wanted to be left alone, you wouldn't go on Oprah with a camera crew." According to Owens, Meghan's entire image is built on selling victimhood while living a life of extreme privilege, and the public is waking up to it. She brought up the Oprah interview and called it one of the most manipulative media performances she's ever seen. "You're not oppressed when you're sitting next to Oprah in $1 million mansion," Candace said. She questioned how someone could claim mental anguish while simultaneously launching global media campaigns and luxury product lines. Owens also tore into Meghan's accusations against the royal family, claiming they were vague, damaging, and completely unsubstantiated. "You don't throw the entire royal institution under the bus with no proof," she said. "That's not bravery, that's deflection." For Candace, it was a power move. an attempt to paint Meghan as a tragic heroine while rewriting the past for sympathy points. The hypocrisy didn't end there. Candace exposed how Meghan criticized the British press for racism while gladly accepting magazine covers, award shows, and brand partnerships. "You can't have it both ways," she said. "If the system is so bad, why are you still benefiting from it?" The contradiction, Owens argued, lies at the heart of Meghan's public persona. One of Candace's sharpest points was that Meghan Markle is not relatable to everyday women. She's not working a 9-to-5, she's not raising kids without help, she's not living paycheck to paycheck, Owens said. She's a millionaire actress who married into a palace. Yet Meghan constantly tries to speak on behalf of marginalized voices, a move Candace calls manipulative and disingenuous. Owens also highlighted the inconsistency of Meghan's feminist image. "A real feminist doesn't need a title or a tiara to matter," she said. "She builds her legacy on strength and service, not sob stories." To Candace, Meghan built her brand on royal status, then claimed she wanted out when the responsibilities kicked in. She also criticized how Harry has been dragged along in Meghan's narrative. Then came the criticism of Meghan's children being used as shields. "She's selective with privacy," Candace said. "One day it's protect the kids, the next day it's baby photos in a docuseries." Owen said real mothers don't use their children as chess pieces in media games. She found Meghan's moves to be more tactical than maternal. Candace also laughed off the idea that Meghan didn't know what she was getting into. "She Googled the guy," she said. "She was in her 30s. She knew who Prince Harry was. She just didn't expect the job to come with actual work." According to Owens, Meghan didn't want to serve the crown, she wanted to wear it. She addressed the now famous claim Meghan made about not being trained to curtsy. "You mean to tell me an actress from Hollywood didn't know how to research a role?" Candace said. "Give me a break, she's been playing a role since day one." In her eyes, Meghan's whole royal era was scripted from the start. Owens didn't let the media off the hook either. "They fell for the tears, the piano music, the slow motion footage," she said, "but look closer. It's all marketing." She compared Meghan's image rollout to a new iPhone launch, calculated, rehearsed, and heavily branded. The goal wasn't truth, it was attention. She compared Meghan to Wall Street fraudsters who package lies with pretty wrapping. Owens emphasized that real royalty doesn't need to prove anything. They serve, they show up, they take the hits with grace, she said. Meghan wanted the photo ops, but not the pressure. To Candace, that makes her the opposite of a princess, more performance than purpose. She also called out Meghan's constant press battles, noting that most of them were manufactured. She files lawsuits, then calls the media toxic, Owens said. "It's exhausting, and it's fake." Candace argued that most of Meghan's controversies could have been avoided if she stopped feeding the fire. The Netflix docuseries came under fire too. "It wasn't a documentary," Candace said. "It was a reality show with royal flair." She called it emotional manipulation disguised as storytelling. They wanted to control the narrative, but the truth doesn't need background music. Owens mocked the infamous quote, "They were willing to lie to protect other members of the family." "What does that even mean?" she asked. "That's not an accusation, that's a riddle." For Candace, Meghan's statements are always just vague enough to avoid liability, but juicy enough to spark headlines. She also blasted the racism allegations. "Serious accusations deserve serious evidence," she said, but Meghan just drops bombs and walks away. Owens believes real victims get silence, not spotlighted. You don't become a Netflix star if the system is against you, she argued. Candace warned that Meghan's influence is dangerous, especially for young women. "She's teaching people that playing the victim is the way to power," she said. That's the opposite of empowerment. It's emotional manipulation on a global scale. Meghan, Owens concluded, is not a role model. Owens dug into the Archetypes podcast, calling it self-obsession in audio form. She mocked the idea that Meghan was breaking barriers when she was simply repackaging cliches with a royal filter. "You can't brand feminism and call it activism," she said. That's not progress, that's product placement. Candace even took aim at the couple's silence over global issues. They post selfies but go quiet on real crises, she said. That's not leadership, that's lifestyle blogging. She argued that true public figures lead by example, not by press release. As Owens wrapped up her takedown, she made one final point. Meghan's not being silenced. She's being exposed. She said the reason Meghan keeps pushing the victim narrative is because it's the only one that sells. She tried to rewrite the fairy tale, but the audience is finally waking up. Somewhere are nowhere. Owen slammed Meghan's constant contradictions. She cries oppression while flying private, she said. She claims trauma while cashing checks. She emphasized that real royalty carries duty and dignity, not Hollywood drama. Meghan, according to Owens, is nothing more than a performer pretending to be part of an institution she never respected. By the end of her segment, Owens made it clear. Meghan Markle isn't royalty, she's a PR creation. She might have fooled some with tears and talk shows, but not anymore. Owens' takedown echoed what many were already thinking. The crown doesn't belong to influencers. And Meghan's act? It's wearing thin fast.